Hello, Hamish here from mortgagesonline.co.nz. I've got a Brent Denny with me today from Coversure. Why are we laughing, Brent? I'm laughing because I've got such great insurances from you with my house and contents and vehicle that I can just, we're just laughing about it all the time now, aren't we?
That's it, yeah.
But have you, the thing is, you might not have enough cover, right? Building costs have gone up. This is something that we have to, it's serious. It's serious, Brent. You've had some cases lately.
I have, yeah. So basically there's a few different types of what's called replacement cover for a house. So there's a replacement up to the sum insured, and then there is full replacement value. And I guess traditionally full replacement value is something that we were used to prior to the Christchurch earthquakes, and then of recent times they've switched to more of a sum insured basis. So you still can get full replacement for effectively fire and flood covers. And I've just had recently a couple of people approach me and talk to me about certain fires that they've had at their house and how they've had total losses, and the insurance company has happily settled the claim in full. But they've had to settle the claim as per the policy wording, which is up to the sum insured, which means that they effectively just don't have enough money.
So a shortfall because the build costs have gone up.
Correct, that's exactly right. Yeah, because they haven't regularly reviewed their sums insured, and they possibly haven't had the right advice. It's made it a expensive exercise for them ultimately.
Yeah, I guess. I guess there are some tools and things available as well if you're trying to work out what the new build costs are.
You're right.
It's safest to just review it once every year or two, right? I guess.
Yeah. So there are some online tools that you can look up that can be quite useful. Obviously, you can use like a valuer to visit your property and get a accurate sum insured. Or even talking to a builder friend or something who has a fairly good idea of your property. They're all good methods to at least start as a basis point. What you don't want to get into is doing your homework up front and then waiting for several years before you spend the time to review it again, and otherwise potentially you could fall into a situation like what we were talking about earlier with the people with their fires.
Yeah. Yeah, and the good thing is with Coversure, it's you're actually insurance advisors, as we are like mortgage advisors in between the insurance company and the client, right?
Correct, yeah. And I guess part of our role is to make sure that you're not only getting your sums insured correct, but also that you're getting the most appropriate cover. So I sort of mentioned earlier that there are effectively two types of cover that you can get for replacement. You can get full replacement for the property, which meaning that if you were to have a fire or a flood, it's the total replacement value of the actual cost itself of the dwelling, as opposed to being capped at the sum insured, which can be a really great benefit and feature for some people.
And not for other people.
Correct.
Brent, the thing I like about you is that if I have a claim, I can ring you, and if things don't work out, I can blame you for it. That's the comfort I get with Coversure. But there is actually some support when you're claiming, right? Instead of just ringing the 0800 number and waiting for 2 hours to speak to someone sometimes.
Yep. So you usually just call my mobile, and I would then talk you through the claims process. And make sure that we get all the information and put your best foot forward for any potential claim that you may have, and make sure that you're well looked after through that whole process.
Yeah, and hey, look, thanks for coming in though. I think that's been quite handy and insightful. But yeah.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for